Good afternoon. I'm Monique Soares-Craft,
And I'm Danielle Vargo.
and on behalf of TVIA SD5, we would like to welcome you to our inaugural senior send-off honoring the senior class of 2019. Our TVIA chapter was started just 4 years ago by a handful of women who wanted to build something, and they still remain committed to this organization. In 4 years, our chapter has grown from about 70 members or 70 young men to 186 young men slated for next year. We serve over 24 philanthropies, and our boys, along with many of you, have participated in hundreds of service hours in our community. To all of you parents, on behalf of everyone in TVIA, we want to offer our heartfelt thanks for setting us on this path. We'd like to especially thank our hardworking and dedicated committee of junior class parents who've worked tirelessly on this event. If the junior class parents could please stand, we want to thank you. Yay. We've helped those who need help and those who want company or friendship. We've made our communities a little bit of a better place to live. We've made new friends, and we've seen the world from a different perspective because of this platform that TVIA has facilitated for this. We would like to acknowledge all of you who also took a chance on this organization, all who day chaired, drove and accompanied your teen to events, and who remained side by side with your child. Thank you.
And now we would like to invite all of the leadership boys to come up to the stage. And I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce to you Janelle Woodard, who is the founding member of SD5 and the Leadership Council Advisor. Janelle paved the way for a leadership program that has grown to be admired and respected among all TVIA chapters and national leadership. Please welcome Janelle Woodard to the stage.
They look so nice. I've seen him look grubby. I've never seen him in a tie before. Looks good. Thank you for that introduction. That was very nice. I do want to take 1 minute of my small little time here, and I do want to read you guys something I did not write, but I absolutely love, and I feel that it is very true, and it spoke to me, and I think it can speak to all of you guys as well. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who are we to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? I challenge you to say, who actually are you not to be? You're a child of God, and you playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are born to make manifest the glory of God within us. It is not in some of us, it's in all of us, in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. I like this because these boys standing behind me, these young men, are pushing themselves not to play small. And it is my hope and throughout their journey of life that they never shrink, because each and every single one of them standing behind me right now has the potential to do some incredible things. Together, with these boys, men, we have had an incredible journey the last few years developing this program for our chapter. These boys have put themselves out there to be exposed to new experiences and opportunities to learn what it takes to lead not only their underclassmen, but also their peers, which is even tough for adults. So it's a great skill to have. We were lucky to have 10 members this year to the Leadership Council. I'm going to go ahead and introduce some of them. All of them part of the Leadership Council. I've just broken up into groups. But our second-year members, we have Matt Summers. He's our president. He's a natural leader whose insight and character helped to steer the direction of the council this year. We have John Kraft. He's our VP of Marketing, our VP of Philanthropy, and I could not be more proud of him for organizing and coordinating the first ever Council philanthropic event, where he organized all these boys this summer to collect slightly used and new clothing and deliver them to the Monarch School. Dylan Vargo, VP of Marketing. Yay. I am so impressed in seeing Dylan mature and develop over in his role throughout the last few years. He has turned out to be a wonderful representative and a spokesperson for the council, a true leader from both behind the scenes and in front of an audience, and a great supporter of his peers. Alex Montoya, VP of Communications and mentor. This summer, we expanded our program to create a mentor component for the underclassmen. Alex was very busy this summer, very busy. He helped train all the first-year Leadership Council members and led them and helped with the GLAs for every single one of the summer beach cleanups. This was a very important component because not only was it new to the council and the program, but it gave and allowed our returning and new members a great chance to start off the year with a positive experience and strong. So thank you. We also had 5 first-year members to the council. We had Logan Miller. Logan is our 7th grade rep and membership chair, whose charismatic personality and natural leadership qualities were perfectly suited to representing our chapter to the new class and to our potential members come this spring. And I threw him in off the gamut, basically kickoff this year. I put him out in the courtyard and I said, greet everybody. And he did with a smile and with grace, and he threw right into the fire. Just couldn't have been more proud from the start. We have Shane Kappen, 8th grade rep and SSO chair. His strong yet quiet qualities will serve him well in life and were what sets him apart to lead and be an influence as an 8th grade underclassman as he helped on with all the GLA events and other events throughout the year as well. We had Alex Weinstein. Who is our 9th grade rep and also a mentor chairman. And Alex's strong character and sense of self was so very beneficial to our council this year. I was impressed with his ability to communicate and coordinate. In fact, I put him in charge of something that was pretty important this year, and he stepped up to the plate like you could not believe. He's the one that organized our strategic component to Leadership Council this year and did all on his own. He organized, facilitated everything, the Go Giver campaign. And if any of you have not read that book, you should definitely read it and apply some of those qualities to your life if you can as well. But do you have any questions on that? I mean, he's a great guy to ask. And then Mikey, give me. Mikey is our 10th grade kickoff chair. And I was very impressed with Mikey as he jumped right into the program at kickoff. He was responsible for the leadership booth and poster, and I have to say, the leadership council booth rocked this year at kickoff, and has set the bar very high for our philanthropy fair. And it's going to be very fun for me to see what our philanthropy fair looks like, and see if everyone else can step up to the bar that Mikey set. Thank you. Now is Colin Davis, our 11th grade rep, and also an SSO chair. I've had the opportunity and pleasure of knowing Colin for years. And he never ceases to surprise me with his intelligence and his wit. He's always a pleasure to be around. And on his exit interview questionnaire, he wrote, "The new experience was great. The most important thing was confidence, and that I can be a leader." And he's 100% right. Confidence is key in almost every component in your life. And Colin, you are a great leader. Another component of the council that we implemented this year was the creation of our Senior Advisory Council. This council is made up of our second and third year seniors. So there were Parker Harrelson, Josh Rose, Bryce Williams, Stephen Baker, Ian Broadbrooks, and Clark Walicki. I have to say that both Ian and Clark, this was their third year in the program, and they were kind of the guinea pigs early on, and then the other boys stepped up to the plate after that. But thank you for seeing the long haul through this. The component that I had them working on this year, and they did 100% on their own, well, they coordinated and did. And then Alex as a senior as well. So Alex Weinstein, step up because you're a part of this as well. You did this. We had our first ever 9th grade class seminar, How to Make the Most of Your High School Experience. And they did such an amazing job at this seminar. It was a huge success that we're going to implement it and do it again this coming returning fall. But they had the opportunity to gather together to figure out their talks, their speeches, their questions, everything, and they got the whole 9th grade class together. It was a huge turnout, and early on in fall, spoke to them one-on-one to help these incoming freshmen make the most of their experience in high school. Thank you for doing that. As for next year, I'm happy to announce that Tamara Kaplan will be stepping into the position of Leadership Council Advisor. And I'm sure she will do an amazing job expanding and enhancing the program further. Again, thank you all for this opportunity. It's been a true pleasure. And it's been a great, incredible experience watching all these young men grow and develop. And one last thing I want you guys to remember, that I truly believe that some succeed because they are destined to, right? But most succeed because they're determined to. So never shrink, especially as you go forward into college. Thank you.
All right. I'd like to thank Janelle Woodard for everything she has done for TVIA and for our Leadership Council. She taught us all a lot about how to become a leader and communicate with each other in the GLAs, and she taught us really big skills that we're going to use for the rest of our lives, and I thank you for that.
I think that's it. Am I supposed to announce someone to come up? Oh, we.
Hello, my name is John Kraft. As Janelle previously introduced me, I am the Vice President of Philanthropy. So this year, for our philanthropy element of our senior send-off, we coordinated with Club Beacons. Club Beacons provides services and support structured small ratio learning and training opportunities in North County so that adults with intellectual disabilities can continue to develop their individual interests, explore vocational opportunities, make social connections, and broaden their community involvement. Beacon's goal is to work with adults with disabilities so that they can better engage with their community, access the local workforce, develop health and fitness routines, explore and identify housing needs and opportunities, and self-advocate so that they can meet their goals. Club Beacons is designed to facilitate and introduce social activities for these adults. Your contributions today will provide prizes used for their social events. Club Beacons is one of the new philanthropies that TVIA will be involved with in the coming year, so I would encourage you to check it out and consider volunteering once the philanthropy schedule comes out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. We are very proud and honored to have Lex Gillette with us today. Monique and I have had the privilege of seeing him speak, and he truly is an inspirational speaker. As a totally blind long jumper for Team USA, Lex has achieved medal-winning performances at every major international competition he has attended to date. His ultimate goal is to earn a 5th consecutive nomination to the Paralympic Games team and make a successful landing in the gold medal position on the top of the podium at the 2020 Tokyo Paralympics. He is here to inspire each of us to believe in ourselves and realize how great we can be. Please give a warm welcome to Lex Gillette.
Hello. How's everyone doing today? I just want to first start by saying congratulations to TVIA SD5 inaugural send-off celebration. This is really amazing, and to sit there and listen to these young men speak so eloquently, and a lot of you talk better than I do, I think. It's really amazing, and it's really a pleasure to sit there and to be in this place, to experience this first time. So thank you and congratulations. I am Lex Gillette. I live here in San Diego County. I'm down in Chula Vista. I'm currently training for the Paralympic Games down in 2020 in Tokyo, and hopefully that'll be my 5th time going. I started really young, and just to give you a little bit of information about myself, I grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. Go Tar Heels. And as a kid growing up in North Carolina, I used to do anything that your average kid would do. I would play video games, I rode my bicycle, I played outside with friends. There was one particular day that I had come home from school, went through my normal routine, had eaten dinner with my mom, and after dinner, the routine was go to the bathroom, take a bath, get ready for bed. That night, as I sat in the tub, I noticed that something was different, something had changed. I looked down at my hands, and I suddenly realized that they were looking cloudy. I tilt my head back and look at the light fixture in the ceiling and realize that it was blurred. So I get out of the tub and I hop onto the bathroom counter, and upon looking into the mirror, I knew something was terribly wrong because it was difficult for me to see my reflection in the mirror. I tell my mom, and she comes into the bathroom and she's, what's going on? I said, well, I really don't know. My eyesight is blurred and things just aren't coming into focus. I don't know what's going on. And her thinking was that maybe I had gotten something in my eyes from playing outside earlier that day. And we took some water, we cleaned my eyes. It made it feel better, but it didn't clear my sight any. And the next thought was to go to sleep and maybe everything would be okay in the morning. And that night, I can remember laying there I'm thinking to myself, like, what happened? Literally everything was just fine earlier this afternoon. When I wake up, will everything return to normal? Or will I be blind? That morning when I woke up, I poked my head from under the covers and immediately my heart dropped because nothing had changed. However, I did feel like I would be good enough to go to school that day. So I got dressed, got my backpack, got everything that I needed for school, got on the bus. Halfway through the school day, teachers had to call my mom. They said that we need you to come get Lex because he's not acting himself. He's bumping into things and he's saying that he's having a really difficult time seeing. My mom came, picked me up from school. After an examination at the eye doctor's, they said I needed to have an emergency operation because I was suffering from retina detachments. So I had one operation and everything seemed to be fine. It was successful. I remember being in the recuperation stages and I opened my eyes, and although my eyes were sensitive to the light, I was able to make out images again. Things were clear and I could see my mom. I was on the road to recovery. But after 4 weeks, my sight was blurred a second time. We returned to the doctor, and after a second examination, they said I needed to have another operation because my retinas had detached a second time. So we had that second operation. Everything seemed like it was fine. I could see again and again. I went through that stage of being sensitive to the light, but I just knew that this is the second time. Everything is going to be good. After another month, the same problem happened again, and my sight was blurred a third time. That was a pattern for the entire time that I was 8 years old. That year I had 10 operations to try to fix the issue, and I've had a total of 13 operations to try to fix the retina detachments. But after the last one, doctors said that there was nothing else they could do to help my sight, and they said that I would eventually become blind. From that day forward, I would go home, go through my normal routine, play outside with friends and play video games, eat dinner with my mom, and eventually go to sleep, wake up the next morning, and I would see a little less than what I did the day before, until one day I woke up and I couldn't see anything. That was a really, 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 really tough time for me, because honestly, when the doctors had told me that I wasn't going to be able to see again, my first thought was, am I going to be able to play Madden anymore? Or NBA 2K? Can I ride my bicycle? And then when that day actually arrived, when I couldn't make out anything, that's when reality hit, and I couldn't see my mom's facial expressions, or I couldn't see my neighborhood where I was so used to running around and jumping and playing with my friends. But fortunately, my mom, she's really influential, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you in here would think the same about your mom. And moms are absolutely amazing. And my mom has been a really huge pillar in my life, and she told me I would still be able to do amazing things. My mom is a total athlete. My mom's side of the family is the athletic side. And I wanted to participate in sports as well. Even though I had lost my sight, I knew that I would still be able to move around and have fun and do a lot of the same things that my friends were doing, but I had to figure out a way to adjust and adapt. And one thing that had helped me out was this basketball hoop. and it was a Nerf net. And I still have it hanging in my childhood home to this day. So with this Nerf net, I remember going to the store, buying it, bringing it home, assembling it, and putting it on my closet door. I took the ball and I'm shooting. It's clang, clanging off the rim. I can't see them, But I'm thinking to myself, well, I need to figure out a strategy. I need to figure out something that will let me know when I make a successful basket, something that will let me know when I would score. So I decided to take a safety pin and tie the bottom loops of the net together so that now a successful basket would mean that the ball would stay inside of that net and not fall through to the ground. So I take the ball again, and now I begin to shoot some more, and boom, I still, I'm not good at first, but as I began to envision where the rim was, the ball, it began to go in. And it eventually got to the point where I could stand anywhere in my room and I could drain the shot. So what I learned from that experience is that a lot of times in life we're afraid to take that shot in the dark. We're afraid to take risks and try new things. But envisioning where that rim was, that's what helped me sharpen my focus tremendously. We can go to the next slide, please. Having that focus, that's what's going to help you maximize. That's what's going to help you achieve, excel, and elevate in life. Having that razor sharp focus. And for me, the perfect illustration of that would be in 2015, I was in Doha, Qatar at our World Championships. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's already 105 degrees outside. Super hot. I need my water. I'm just blazing. And I remember standing on the track waiting for the audible cues from my guide. Now, in the long jump, I have someone who stands at the takeoff board, and he yells and claps, "Fly, fly, 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 fly." And that lets me know exactly where I need to run and jump from. That gives me that audible reference so that I know to run and jump straight ahead. And on this particular attempt that I had, I took off in his direction, and on my 16th stride, I jumped and I soared through the air. But unfortunately, I landed on the side of the jump pit. I landed on the concrete. Very painful, very embarrassing to be in front of thousands and thousands of spectators, and for that to happen, to me the first time that I had happened to that capacity, it was a challenge. It was tough. And for my guide, it was tough for him because we worked together Monday through Friday. We trained nonstop to be the best in the world, to be able to make it to the global stage to compete for Team USA. And for that to happen, it was unexpected. But I just remember telling him, I said, "Look, man, that was an accident. Things happen. We're a team. We are in this together." And I knew that the last image that people would see of me was not going to be me on the side of this jump pit. That was not going to, it just couldn't happen that way. So I got a new pair of tights because the ones I had ripped, and I didn't want to continue to moon the crowd. So I got a new pair of tights and returned to the competition. However, you get 6 attempts in long jump, and since I had that slight hiccup, I had to step away from the competition and get cleared from medical, And when I returned, I found out that I only had one jump remaining. So we get back on the track again, and Wesley, he stands at that takeoff board and he begins to call me, fly, 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 fly. And this time, I focused on the only thing that mattered most. That was his voice. I ran. I jumped on my 16th stride. And this time when I landed, it was in the sand, thank God. And I stepped off to the side to thousands and thousands of cheers. And the officials measured my jump, and it was 20 feet, 11 inches. And that was the best jump of the competition. And I was able to win the gold medal and earn the world champion title. So. Thank you. Thank you. Next slide. So each of you young men obviously have a razor sharp focus. Look at this day and this point that you have gotten to. You're amazing leaders. You devote a lot of your time to philanthropic work. You are amazing, amazing, and your future is going to be even more amazing. That's a phenomenal thing, especially to be able to learn and develop and thrive at this age. It's really huge. And so I just want to continue to encourage you to pursue that success, pursue the opportunities and these possibilities, even though you may not be able to physically see them before your eyes at this present time. Next slide. So I always like showing this. In Paralympic competition, I have to wear a blindfold. I know you're probably wondering, that doesn't make any sense. But in Paralympic competition, they want to ensure that all athletes are on an equal playing field. And so this blindfold was designed specifically for me by Nike in the lead up to Rio. I told them that, look, I want to have something that I wear that is indicative of who I believe myself to be as an athlete. Prior to me having this blindfold, I would just wear like the sleep shades that you can get out of the hotel, or just buy like some cheap pair of sunglasses and put tape over them. But that just didn't align with who I saw myself to be. And so they designed this blindfold for me. And on the inside in Braille, it says "No fear." And that's a message that my guide and I always abide by when we go to different environments, different training facilities, different competition venues. You never know what to expect. But this is something that we practice time and time and time and time and time again. So as long as you are prepared to do the work, when it's time to actually put it on display, then you should feel confident. You should be ready to go and be ready to succeed. And when you put these goggles on, you can't see anything through these. And although my life hasn't always been this way, this is now how I live my life every single day. Next slide. So now I want you to live in my skin for just a moment. And I want you to close your eyes and imagine your highest potential. What does that look like? What would you be doing? Your true potential. Now you can open your eyes. Next slide. Now I imagine myself running and jumping and flying. I saw myself competing in front of thousands and thousands of spectators around the world, standing on top of the podium with the American flag raised super high in the sky for everybody to see. And I saw myself winning gold medals for Team USA. Ultimately, I saw myself flying as far as my mind would carry me. And it was actually my high school teacher who saw this vision, and he helped me see it within myself. So in high school, we were tasked with participating in this physical fitness test, where you had to do as many activities. We had to do activities such as pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, and you had to do as many of those as possible. One of the events was standing long jump. Stand in one spot, jump forward as far as you can. We finally complete all of our activities except for standing long jump. And eventually my group is in front of the start line where we have to stand and jump. So my teacher, Mr. Whitmer, he guided me to that start mark and made sure that my toes were right behind that tape. He said, "All right, Lex, get after it." So I remember bending my knees, putting my arms back, and boom, I jumped forward as far as I absolutely could. And when I landed, I heard the voices of my classmates, and it sounded a little bit like, whoa, wow, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And so Mr. Whitmer, he comes up to me, he's laughing excitedly. He's, "Oh my gosh, Lex, they just pulled the tape measure, they measured your jump, and you jumped 10 feet. Do you know what that means?" I was like, yeah, I jumped 10 feet, right? And he said, "Have you ever heard of the Paralympic Games?" And I said, "Well, kinda." He said, "Well, it's a competition for athletes who have a physical disability, and you could potentially go to this competition, and you could break records and win medals for Team USA, and you could wear the red, white, and blue." And it was honestly something that was very difficult for me to see in the beginning. But he was very adamant about it. And each day he would continue to tell me that, "I really think that you can be successful in this." So him providing that constant reinforcement, positive reinforcement, telling me that this was something that I could do, it eventually was a vision that I adopted for myself. And it was through him that I was able to truly see. Next slide. That taught me one thing in particular, and that is there's a really big difference between sight and vision. Because sight shows us what is, but vision shows us what can be. The sight reveals to us our current reality, and vision allows us to see past our reality. And I'm pretty sure each of you can speak to this. You've done a lot of amazing things this year. Just sitting there listening to, you getting clothes, used and new clothes, and being able to deliver those to people in need and to communities that are in need. There's so many different things. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen some tough communities, but that vision plays a huge part because you can see more for that community. You can see it thriving and developing even more, and you can see it turning from what some people may say is dark, but you are that light for that community. So that's that vision. That vision shows us what we can do, where we can go, and who we can be. And there's a lot of people out there who have perfect sight, but they don't have 20/20 vision. So I'll give you a perfect example of when I refused to allow sight to overpower my vision. I refused to accept the current reality because I had a different vision for the future. Next slide. It was about 3 years ago now, 2016, Rio. I'm down on the track. I'm actually on the brink of elimination. And if I didn't make it into the top 8 in my next jump, I would not be permitted to move on to the final round of the competition. As I stood there on that track, I knew that I had a ridiculously difficult task at hand. The crowd was very loud. It was very echoey in the stadium. But I didn't travel all the way from San Diego, California, to Rio, Brazil, to come back empty-handed. Like that just couldn't happen. So Wesley set me up on the track. And he jogged to that opposite end. And I literally heard his voice and his clapping of hands through all of that rowdiness, all of that noise within the stadium. And I'm focused on that because that was the only thing that mattered at that time. And when I jumped and landed, I not only found out that I would be moving on to the next round of the competition, but I eventually found out that I would, in fact, make another appearance on the Paralympic podium as I had won my 4th Paralympic medal. Next slide, please. So once I lost my sight, I saw the possibilities. You know, had I accepted at 8 years old that blindness would be the end of my story, I would have never achieved 4 Paralympic medals or 3 world champion titles or 18 national championships. Had I accepted at 8 years old that blindness would be the end of my story, I would not be the world record holder in the long jump. My best jump ever is 22 feet, 1 inch. That's like jumping over a 2-lane street in most small cities. There is no need for sight when you have a vision. That is my personal mantra that I live by. And it's something that applies to every single one of us because it's not the sight that is the determining factor in whether or not we will succeed. It is our ability to first see the vision and then do everything in our power to bring that vision into fruition. Next slide. When I was 8 years old, it was tough. It was a challenge. I know that I could have easily thrown in that towel, but it was because of my support system, my mom, teachers, counselors, friends. You know, that support system really helped me to see beyond what my eyes could actually see. And they played a huge part in me being successful. And it's the same thing for you. You have so many people who are in your corner. You have, amazing parents. I'm pretty sure you have met people, community leaders, and you have your friends. You have people who are rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. And it's an amazing thing to have that support. And it's certainly something that, I'm grateful for, and you should be grateful for that as well. Know that there will be challenges at times. There will be instances where you may feel as though you may not be able to succeed. There may be moments where you feel as though you may not be able to fly. There may be times where you may feel as though you're in the dark. Next slide. But I want to challenge you to fight through that, to fight through that feeling. That's why you have your parents, your friends, and this community. They're going to help you get through these difficult times. And you totally have it within yourself too, internally. You have all of the skills, and even I can see those skills within you. Just from being involved in this organization, just from hearing a few of you speak briefly on stage a few minutes ago. Like you totally have it within you to be able to succeed. And I just want to leave you with a couple of things. And the first thing is that there is nothing more rewarding than seeing the building of people, the building of individuals. You possess a lot of qualities. You're resilient, you're leaders, you're coordinators in a lot of ways. You are time managers. You are a lot of things to a lot of people. And so continue to stay on that path. Continue to be focused. Don't let anything distract you. Nothing at all. And then the last thing that I would like to leave you with is you're a champion. You are a champion within your homes, within your schools, within this community, and soon to be within the rest of this world. And continue to do that for other people. A lot of times, people may not see that within them, but similar to Mr. Whitmer, he helped me see that within myself. A lot of us have something within us, and it takes individuals like you to be able to pull it out of them. So continue to be that champion for others. Continue to be that champion for yourself. And as you move forward, I just wanted to wish you all the best. Again, it's definitely tough at times, for sure. But you made it to this point. You've done phenomenal things, astronomically terrific, fantastic, amazing things. And I'm counting on you to be able to continue doing those things as you move forward in college and beyond. And again, I thank you for this opportunity. Congratulations, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Lex. That was terrific. Now it's time to introduce our senior class. You are the ones in the blue and the black t-shirts, and so much of our organization's success was up to you. We're so grateful to this class because you helped form the dynamic of this chapter. You set a benchmark for our reputation in the community, and because of this, TVIA benefits over and over. All of the philanthropies that we serve are always super happy to see the boys with the blue shirts coming towards them. And this provides us with more opportunities in the future. You've done this with dignity and a sense of humor and respect for the people that we serve. And you've been an example to the younger teens coming up. We could not have asked for a better inaugural senior class.
Each young man will be presented today with a gift of enormous gratitude for your contribution to TVIA SD5 and the San Diego community. We appreciate the precious time that you and your parent or parents have given to those in need over the past 4 years. The gift is a black duffel bag with each senior's name embroidered on it in TVIA blue. I'd like to read the card, and each boy has their gift underneath their chair. I'd like to read the card that accompanies the gift. Dear seniors, may you continue to consider those less fortunate and always be willing to offer your time for them. May you navigate your future with clarity and purpose, and consider one day to be a leader in teaching others the rewards of giving back. Thank you so much for your service. your TVIA Chapter 5. Now we would like to call up to the stage. Are we bringing?
Oh, yes.
Yes, let's invite the seniors to the stage first. Now we would like to call up to the stage Tammy Harrelson, the first grade level advisor for this group of young men, and Christy Simmons, their current grade level advisor, to make the introductions.
First off, I would like to thank Monique and Danielle for putting together this amazing event this evening. It's the first one that we've done, so good job, ladies. Thank you. I just want to say, just quickly, on behalf of Christy Simmons and myself, who are the grade level advisors for the boys over the last 4 years, I want to congratulate our 16 seniors. It has been a pleasure for both of us to just be a really small part of the boys' journey in TVIA for the last 4 years. This impressive group of young men sitting here before you have all given of their time and talents, as well as many hours of community service in serving the needs of San Diego County. These young men are all soon to be high school graduates who have been attending San Diego Academy, Canyon Crest Academy, La Costa Canyon, and Cathedral. This diverse group of boys will all be heading off to higher education to pursue their dreams. At this time, we will be calling them up one by one to receive their certificates, and they will take a moment to let us know what their future plans are, as well as sharing their favorite TVIA experience and our philanthropy.
I know it's going to be hard, but if everyone could hold their applause till everyone's done with their sharing, so they can, we'll make sure to let you know when we're going to congratulate them all. So can we have Stephen Baker?
Hi, I'm Stephen Baker. I go to San Diego Academy. My future plans: I'm going to Palomar College to study political science, and more plans for me: I'm going to be the director at an online magazine called Meddling Kids Movement. My favorite experience with TVIA was the Special Olympics. Just seeing the kids smiling and them being passionate about something was really cool to see. And I want to say thank you to my parents for always being there for me, and thank you for Janelle for being so supportive for all of us. And then some advice would be, whatever you're passionate about, pursue it. Life is too short to do things that you're not really too passionate about. Find something that you want to do and really go into it.
Mason Brandstetter.
Hello, I'm Mason Brandstetter, and I go to Costa Canyon, and I'm super excited to be going to Cal Poly SLO in the fall. That's going to be really fun. My favorite event for TVIA was probably Philabelli, just because I got to interact with people in our own community that I probably wouldn't have interacted with otherwise, and it was just a really good experience to be able to meet those people. I'd definitely like to thank my parents and mom for day chairing all the events and just doing a lot for this program and for me. And some advice I'd give to the incoming TVIA members is just to, when you're at events, make sure you just talk to as many people as possible. Make it something that you're going to remember and take things away from. And yeah.
Ian Broadbooks.
Hi, I'm Ian Broadbooks, and I go to San Diego Academy. Next year I'll be attending USC and studying electrical engineering. I think two of my favorite events for TVIA were Philabelli's and Burrito Boys. I was just really grateful to be able to work with some of the people that are less fortunate than us, and I think it's just really eye-opening and a fantastic experience that everyone should have at some point. I'd like to thank my mom and dad who are here today. They've just always supported me and encouraged me, and they're really who got me into doing volunteer work, and I'm just very grateful for everything that they've done for me. And then I'd also like to thank Miss Janelle Woodard, who has just done so much for our leadership council and building it up these past few years. And then for new TVIA members and some of the younger boys, I would say just try to take advantage of all the opportunities that are going to be presented to you over the next few years. Just try to say yes to everything and try new things, and maybe you'll find something you like. Thank you.
Mason Greer.
Hi, I'm Mason Greer, and I go to La Costa Canyon at the moment. Next year, I plan to go to SDSU to pursue a mechanical engineering degree. I would like to thank my parents, to start off actually, because they have supported me so much throughout my entire life and throughout TVIA. And then within TVIA itself, I think probably my favorite event was the Surfing Madonna, just because I got to help so many kids learn how to surf who have never really gotten the opportunity. It was just really cool. So many kids were smiling, and just seeing their smile made it all worth it. To incoming members or just new members in general, I would say, within regards to TVIA, try to pick events that actually will affect you and that you actually have fun doing, but more importantly, that you'll actually learn from. Like, don't just do something because it'll be easy. Do something because you think that you'll gain something in return. All right, thank you.
Parker Harrelson.
Hello, my name is Parker Harrelson. I'm graduating from Canyon Crest Academy. I committed to Boise State University to study cinema, and I am planning on playing lacrosse and doing Army ROTC at Boise. My favorite TVI event had to be feeding the homeless at Father's Joe Village, and I would like to thank my mother and my father for pushing me throughout my years of TVIA and putting in the time and effort to help me become a better man. My advice to give to the younger boys would be to interview for leadership council. The leadership training and experience you get is definitely worth it. Thank you.
Aiden Cockler.
Hello, I'm Aiden Cockler. I go to La Costa Canyon High School. I plan on going to UCSB to study mechanical engineering in the fall. My favorite event was also Philabelly. I highly encourage everyone to check it out. It's a really nice event. I would like to thank my mom, and if everyone would please join me in a round of applause for her. She's awesome. And my advice to the younger kids is to try and connect with people in your events and have a good time with your friends. Thank you.
Unfortunately, our next senior, Andrew Park, couldn't make it today. So Jack Quinlan.
Hi, I'm Jack Quinlan. I'm graduating from Canyon Crest Academy this year, and in the fall I'll be attending Johnson & Wales University in Denver, and I will be majoring in culinary arts and food service management. And my favorite thing about TVIA was going to events with my little brother and really seeing him grow, and it's just awesome, and I love you, man. And a piece of advice I give to the incoming TVIA members would be, I know your mom's like kind of making you do this at this point, but it's actually really fun, and if you really get into it, it's a great experience and you'll learn a lot. That's it, right? Yeah, all right, cool. Thank you.
Josh Rose.
Hello, my name is Josh Rose. I go to La Costa Canyon High School. I am going to Colorado State this fall. My favorite TVIA experience was the Midway because we got to see so many historic planes. And we also got to watch these planes and it was just really cool, and it got me really excited for this program. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my friends for making this experience shape me into a better person. I'd like to thank, I'd like to thank Janelle for doing so much for our leadership council, and I advise the younger teens to have fun giving back to your community.
Eugene Sakai could not be here this evening, but we wish him well. Next is Gavin Simmons.
Hi, my name's Gavin Simmons, and I go to La Costa Canyon High School. I'm very thankful I've had the opportunity to assist my community through TVIA the past few years. Doing work with my own hands, helping my community has been really rewarding. One of the events that I really enjoyed doing with TVA was at the San Diego Food Bank, and the amount of food that we were able to distribute and package for families just with a few people in a couple of hours just really opened my eyes to how much just a few people giving back to the community can help. I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me in everything I do and for sticking with me during the college application process. Next year I will be studying engineering at Southern Methodist University, and my advice to the younger members of TVIA is to take advantage of the service opportunities. Really try to go to as many events as you can to expose yourself to new things and try to do more than just the minimum. Thank you.
Austin Verco.
Hi, my name is Austin Verco. I am currently going to La Costa Canyon High School. After high school, I plan to go to Chapman University in Orange County to study business. Throughout my years with TVIA, my favorite event was working the s'mores stand at the Botanical Gardens due to all the great people that I've been able to meet. I'd also like to thank my mom for always driving me and supporting me throughout my whole career through high school and throughout TVIA, and I couldn't have done it without her. My advice to the younger classes is to enjoy the process of giving back to others. Thank you.
Alex Weinstein.
Hello, my name is Alex Weinstein, and I go to La Costa Canyon High School. The next 4 years, I will be studying marketing at San Diego State University. My favorite TVIA experience so far has been making and serving food over at the Ronald McDonald House. This event really showed me just how lucky we are and to enjoy the little things we have in life. I want to say a humble thank you to my parents, the ones who always stuck by my side, the ones who supported me in whatever path I wanted to take. I could not ask for more. I also want to say thank you to Janelle Woodard and everyone else who makes TVIA the amazing organization it is today. The amount of effort you guys put in behind the scenes is astounding. And lastly, my piece of advice for the younger teens in the audience would be to ignore the people that try to put you down and say negative things about you, and pursue what makes you happy in life. Thank you.
Bryce Williams.
Hello, my name is Bryce Williams. I currently attend La Costa Canyon High School and will be graduating in 26 days. My future plans, I will be attending Boise State University with Parker to study business. My favorite TVIA experience was washing the planes on the USS Midway. Our guide served on the Midway, so it was interesting hearing of his experience from a first-hand person and just seeing what he went through on the boat and what their daily routine was. I would like to give thanks to my parents, especially my mom, for signing me up for events, signing me up for the program. I had no idea what this was prior to, and just keeping me updated on everything that I had to go to. Also waking me up in the morning, would have slept through all of them. And my advice for younger teens and anyone coming through the program is outside of TVIA is get involved as much as you can through clubs, sports, or just anything you can, because you'll remember it and it's great for college apps. Thank you.
Nate Williams.
Hi, I'm Nate Williams. I'm a senior at La Costa Canyon, and next year I'm going to SDSU to study music. My favorite TVIA experience was a seminar at the San Diego County Police Department. It was basically just really interesting to see what these guys go through every day and get to interact with them and sort of see what their line of work entails. And I'd like to thank my parents both for helping with all the TVIA stuff, signing me up for events, taking me to those events, accompanying me to those events, and just everything else that they've done in my life. And for my advice for both existing and incoming TVIA members, do things both with events in TVIA and outside of it, do things that are out of your comfort zone, because not only are you able to help other people by doing those things, but it also helps yourself grow and just shapes you as a better person. Anyway, thank you.
Clark Walecki.
All right, hi, my name is Clark Walecki. I go to Cathedral Catholic High School, and next year I'll be attending Fordham University to study media and digital design and a minor in marketing. My favorite experience with TVIA is definitely just reaching out to someone in need and making a difference in their day. I'd like to thank my mom for everything she has done for me and believing in me and exposing me to TVIA. And my advice to the younger guys is to use all the opportunities you have to impact your life or someone else's.
I would like all the seniors to stand and give us a chance to all congratulate you. Congratulations, seniors. Seniors, you can be seated.
Park and I would both like to take this opportunity to thank our moms and what they have done for the organization as our GLAs. They both put in a lot of time and effort into ensuring the program's success, and they do a lot of work in the background coordinating events that we don't see that helps our experience at TVIA go smoothly, and all of us seniors appreciate the work that they have done.
Thank you very much.
With everything I've ever done, I give it all to everyone for one more day. Another night I'm waking through another door I walk into.
Hi, I'm Josh Rose. I'm a senior at La Costa Canyon High School. One thing people might not know about me is that I love to surf. My favorite beach locally is George's Beach. One trip I would want to take is a trip to maybe Indonesia, even though it's kind of unrealistic.
The best days, there's always something tomorrow, so I say, let's make the best of tonight. Here comes the rest of our lives. I count the steps, the distance to the time when it was me and you, so far gone.
My name is Bryce Williams. I go to La Costa Canyon High School, and I enjoy snowboarding with my friends in Big Bear and Mammoth, playing soccer and lacrosse, and just hanging out with my friends at the beach or at each other's houses and pools. Next year I plan
I go to La Costa Canyon High School, and an interesting fact about me is that I play the bass guitar.
My name is Gavin Simmons, and I go to La Costa Canyon High School. An interesting fact about me is a lot of people know I like fishing, but not many people know why I like it. I really enjoy the aspect of just getting out in the outdoors and just relaxing, just spending a lot of time with cool people.
and I've been on my school robotics team all 4 years, and we've qualified for championships every year.
Hey guys, I'm Ian with Team Paradox, and this week we've been working on finalizing our practice robot design, as well as machining parts for the practice robot and programming and our electronics and pneumatic systems. So next week, week 4, we're looking to finish machining our practice robot and then begin assembly.
Academy, and I spent 2 months in the Adirondacks in New York backpacking.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Teresa Mahalik, and I am the president of this amazing TVIA chapter. And I just want to say congratulations to our class of 2019. We are very excited for you, and this is the next, and for your next big step into, that you are taking into adulthood. I hope your experience here you use to get involved in your new communities, and something that you found that you enjoy doing here, maybe that's something that you can get involved with, and it's also a good way to meet people. So I hope that you take that with you. Another thing I think was an underlying theme is that a lot of the seniors agree that the more you put into something, the more you get. I think that's true with anything that you do. If you put very little effort, you think, oh, it's not important, you just really don't get anything out of it. And it's easy to skate through life like that, but like I said, you will get more out of anything that you pour more into. I also want to thank Lex Gillette for speaking to us today. And thank you for sharing your experience with us. I think another thing, that example that you show is just that failures and obstacles, everybody experiences those, and it's how you overcome those that makes the person that you are. And everybody is going to experience failures and obstacles in your life, and you have to find a way to beat those to be successful. I want to thank the class of 2020 Senior Send-Off Committee for doing such a great job, and say something to the class of 2021, because it's your turn next, and put on an amazing show for these people who did this for our seniors this year. I especially want to thank Monique and Danielle, if you could come up here. Monique and Danielle have been planning this not just this year, but have gone to, the last couple years, gone to other senior send-offs in TVIA chapters that have been around for a while. And I'm sure they picked out what they thought was the best and added their own touch to it. And this has been a couple years in the making, and I really appreciate all the work that you guys have put into it. I hope everybody realizes how much work you put into this. So thank you. And I just want to give you something to add to our collection that we get on our board gifts. We have a bracelet that we give out charms, and hopefully by the end of their experience here, it will be pretty full. So I think this concludes our program.
Oh, we want to say just a quick thank you, especially to Carrie and Kevin McGibney, who put together that amazing slide presentation video for us. And we did have this whole program videoed, so we'll put it up on YouTube and everyone can have access to it. And thank you to Betsy Boddicker, who did those awesome posters, and her committee, and just our entire committee really did a great job. So we appreciate it. Oh, don't forget to take your posters home and a cupcake.
And also, I forgot to say, let's put a shout out to Lex for his efforts to make the Tokyo team. We wish you all the best. Thank you, and we will see everybody, except for the seniors and their families, at our kickoff meeting in September.